Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates.
My name is Taylor Green and I am the other audiologist here. So this is your patient.
This is my
Yeah,
patient, this
your
one.
patient.
Now this one you can see looks very, very wet straight away, and it's really mushy in there. The reason for that is the patient's actually used a little bit more of an aggressive wax softener. So I think they used either bicarb or peroxide in this one. And you can see what those two drops do. Olive oil will soften the surface of the wax, but kind of keep the shape and integrity of the wax there. When you use bicarb or peroxide, for want of a better word, it melts the fats that bind the wax together. So you end up with a sludgy kind of mess in there. Now, we were saying this earlier on, you seem to have seen like loads of really hard plugs recently. I've had loads of really mushy ones. I think I've done I've done more irrigation in the last week than I would have done normally, just to try and clear these sludgier ones out. But this is coming away nice.
This is actually a really satisfying one when it comes up.
It is, because we expected the ear canal to look really messy afterwards, but it comes out surprisingly clean. I really didn't think it was going to come out this clean. So there we go.
So I think we were just lucky in a way that just the surface had been affected with this.
You got it. And it was just that nugget, this harder core of wax in the middle here, just hadn't been affected by the drops at all. So I know.
A stone.
It is like a stone. So a little bit of tie dent around the outside edge, but look how clean this ear canal is now once we've got this wax out. Let's just give it this last little bit. I really didn't expect that to be as clean as that. And the eardrum was perfect.
Never happens.
No, never.
When it's that mushy, does that never happen?
No. So 1/4 of an inch, I'm going to go with that one.
Half centimetre, just over half centimetre.
There you go. So got the second one now, I think is your patient, I think is the next one. Yeah. Oh, yeah, look at that.
And this is what we were just saying. I've had a lot of these coming through recently. Really, really dry, like old waxes. Yeah. We've had a lot of keratin. We've had a lot of, just a lot of dry, completely full ear canals, which... yeah,
you've had a bit of a run, haven't you?
Yeah, can be really, really difficult to remove, to be fair. And if a patient hasn't used like oils, when I say on a regular basis, we would normally suggest about once a month, just a little squirt of oil every now and then. Can help with keeping the wax soft. Some people naturally have really dry wax, so it can be a bit tricky. So we have a bit of a fight on our hands with this one. So what I'm doing here is I'm trying to detach it off the ear canal. So I'm trying to loosen it up in a way, so you can just kind of start to see that underneath that plug, that kind of fresher, like more pink skin underneath. And that's what we're looking for. So as we start to get a bit of a wiggle on here, what I normally do, I think you do the same as well actually, when it starts to peel away and it's this dry, we just pop a load of olive oil in, just to try and seep underneath where that has started to detach off the ear canal.
A lot of the time, these kind of plugs are attached to a layer of keratin around the outside edge. So if you put the olive oil in when you first go in, it doesn't really get underneath it because the keratin actually stops the oil from getting it. But as soon as you lift and get that detachment, the oil can get right underneath that plug down.
That's what we're trying to do here, is trying to avoid the oil so we don't just suction all the oil that I've just put in. So I'm going to give that plug a little bit of a wiggle. It doesn't actually help us at this point, but it is going to help us a little later on in, just before we remove the plug from the ear.
It just gives you that little bit of lubrication in the canal. So when you've got that grip, if you get a grip well enough with a suction tube, which is what we're finding difficult here, it'll pull it along on it really easily. But when you haven't got that grip, it's going to help with the curettage later on.
Yeah. It's starting to move a little bit now, so we have got a little bit of movement here, but we do swap tools in a second. We are going to use some curettage.
Yeah, because that's a lot further out than it was there,
but it's just kind of plugged itself up now. The ear canal in obviously in most people's cases, actually, when you look inside the ear, where the first bend in the ear, where you first see the ear canal sort of bending around the corner in the shape of a letter S. The first one always tends to be a little bit narrower. It always kind of like tightens in a way.
It does.
And then the wax kind of gets stuck behind it then. So that's pretty much what's happened here. The wax has got so big, it's comfortably filled the ear canal deeper in, but as we're trying to pull this out, it's just got itself wedged Really, really stuck. So we've got the rosin inserter here. Just trying to get some...
It's an odd consistency as well, isn't it? It's almost like that clay in the middle, so it's a difficult one to get that bit of purchase on that wax, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm just trying to pop the tip of it into the you see how hard it is. I'm literally just flicking straight off it. Now trying to create a gap so that you can just about see. Yeah, you can just about see the gap in the corner there now. So the eardrum's kind of visible in the background. It's quite hard to see from here, but eardrum is visible in the distance.
Not able to get the Jobson horn just enough behind, just far enough behind it though, are we, to pull it forwards.
It's a bit of an awkward angle. It doesn't look it on the videos, but when you kind of see us doing it in sort of in real time, where almost the angles we sometimes got to get to, or try get to actually get this out. Yeah, they're quite tricky. So we are gonna stick to this is the St. Bart's hook.
St. Bart's, yeah.
But this is not really going to do much at all.
I think you were hoping it was going to get through that gap cleanly. Yeah. But it's oh hang on.
Yeah.
No, it's not got behind it, is it?
No, I was just digging it into that wax just to, in a hope I was just going to put, if you can see, I've just sheared like a trench right through the middle of this.
Makes it more difficult then, doesn't it? Because you've got these sort of looser bits that are sticking off the main plug.
Yeah. So we're going to try a different tactic here now. So I'm going to try and get a good grip into this wax with the rosin inserter somewhere, and we're going to just almost turn, when it's in the wax, we're going to turn the rosin inserter. So you can see we're just, well, as you mentioned earlier, like a corkscrew.
Like a corkscrew effect.
We're going to pop it back in, and you'll see this is where it pops out in a second. Just give it a little bit of a turn now, and that should...
There you go.
I'm doing this really slow here because I didn't want this to like break apart, because I could see the whole thing was moving.
Nearly there.
It's coming. And this is where that oil has really helped here to almost kind of act like a sled. Yeah. Go back to Christmas again.
Yeah. There we go.
You can see how firmly attached that was in
you
there.
You felt that kind of pop as it came away then, didn't you? Yeah.
There you go.
Lovely and clear now though.
Clean afterwards. Little tiny spots there, but we're not worried about taking those away.
I think that's just over 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah,
I think that is.
1.5 centimetres. Yeah, it's a pretty big plug, to be fair.
I wish you might be just over 1/2 an inch. Look at that. Guys, don't forget, if you do enjoy the videos, you can always like, heart, share, follow, and subscribe. If you do hit that like button, guys, what it does, it pushes out to more people because they know it's a video that people are liking. So if you don't mind doing that for me, that'd be brilliant. If it's the first time you're watching the channel, you can always follow or subscribe to the channel, depending on what you're watching it on. That'd be fantastic as well. And if you have ear problems yourself, check out the link tree in the description, and that will take you through, and you can see all sorts of different information about myself or the lovely Mr. Taylor Green. You can also book yourself an appointment as well. So we can see here, very kind of hard and thick layer of wax. Is really solid. Difficult one because it's a narrower canal, so difficult to get the rosin inserter really far into it because we're going to hit the opposing canal wall. Yeah. So very similarly to what you just did, we're going to try and corkscrew this out. There you go. You can see it. Managed to pull it forward slightly.
Oh, there we are.
So it is on its way.
That was a nice easy one.
It was. That came away really nicely.
Could have been really difficult though.
That could have been a tough old one to do. Yeah.
You could see the rosin inserters. They are tiny. Yeah. And compared to that ear canal was really small there. Yeah.
You can see a bit of patient hair there getting in the way. There's a little bit of keratin on the canal wall, which is what I'm just removing there. You can see that layer just lifting up. On his way out. Lots of oil in here. I've oiled this bit just to get this keratin out. I find it a little bit easier to introduce a bit of olive oil when you've got keratin peels to kind of do. So we're just taking away some of these pieces here, look. There we go, just peeling down the canal wall.
Oh, there we go.
There we are. Just trying to get a grip on this section.
Yeah, there it is. Got to get that flat edge.
You've got to try to aim for that. I just couldn't get. I tried to get the grip. We almost did it, but didn't quite. So just got the rosin inserter in here. We're just going to peel this out. Oh yeah, this is crocodile. Oh god, sorry guys. I'm not feeling very well. Was it crocodile forceps? Yes, that's not rosin inserter. We've talked so much about rosin inserter today. It's on my brain now. So we're just taking this away. This is the fine end here, just to reduce the risk of any clarinetting. And
oh, that's a Nice little
That's a
peel there.
good peel, isn't it? Look how that's coming away. I didn't think there was as much keratin left over in this canal as there actually was.
It's quite hard to see, isn't it? Sometimes
It is.
It almost like blends in with the
Yeah.
ear canal.
Yeah. There's a little bit just at the bottom there, so we're taking that away. Let's have a look. There's the eardrum, looking nice and healthy. It's all looking good.
Spot on.
3/4 of an inch.
To just over 2 centimeters.
There you go. Well, guys, thanks very much for watching our video again today. And as always, take care of yourselves.
Take care of your ears.
And take care of one another and myself and the lovely Mr. Taylor Green. We'll see you for the next video. Bye, everyone.
Bye.